how am I feeling right now? What brought me here? Okay, that's the better question. Tuesday, I woke up just feeling really sad. I think maybe I might have had a bad dream. I don't know. But the first thing I did when I woke up was reach for my phone, which is probably what I shouldn't do, but I did. And then I saw that Takeoff had died. Like Takeoff had been shot to death. That just hit me like a ton of bricks. I've never met that man a day in my life, but for whatever reason, news of his death just threw me all the way off. I guess it's the idea that he will never get to live his life. Like he was on the cusp of becoming like his own artist outside of Migos. Because truth be told, like his lyrics, like he had bars. He had bars. He had promise. And he won't get to live from 29 to 50 or to 60 or to 70 or to 80. And that's just sad. So then that just sent me down this rabbit hole of just like gun violence. And I mean, I woke up Tuesday on several. I didn't want to do anything at all except watch Netflix. Because somehow Netflix always just makes it better. But this particular morning, I decided to watch I Am a Stalker, which is a crime series that I probably shouldn't have watched, feeling the way that I was feeling. Because it's about stalkers. It's about victims and stalkers who are telling their perspectives. People are nuts. That was my takeaway. People are nuts. I want nothing to do with humans. So after like episode 3, because I couldn't stop, I felt triggered. I thought back to a particular partner that I was with who did a couple, 2, 3 things that was given stalker. Back then, I thought it was cute. Like, oh my God, he loved me. He parked up the block waiting for me to come home in the dark. He loved me. Like, the fuck? Like, he loves me. In hindsight, that man was nuts. I mean, after episode 3, I just stopped because I couldn't take it. Like it was stressing me out even more. So I go downstairs. The news is on. The news is selling death, selling robberies, selling paranoia, more fear. Like I wasn't already dealing with that upstairs, learning about Takeoff, watching I Am a Stalker. Now I got to come downstairs and learn about all the shit that's going on around me. Like, what is this life that we lead? How does one stay sane amidst all the chaos? Like, I don't know how people do it, but I don't want to do it. I'm not about harming myself. I'm not doing that. That sounds painful. I'm not doing that. But it's just too much to feel. And I'm an empath, right? So I feel everyone's everything. Like, not only do I have to manage my emotions, like I take on other people's emotions. It's all too much. So I just broke down in the living room. I cried. I remember just kind of walking around the living room, just talking about all the things I was hearing, and I just bust out in tears. Now, that day, my mother happened to be there, and she's looking at me like, what's happening? But in hindsight, I am glad that she just let me have my moment. She let me move through my feelings. And then when I was done, she came over and hugged me. And that's all I needed. I didn't need to be therapized by somebody that's not a therapist. And her hugging me after that and not questioning my sanity, made me feel better. So I went through the day, and then after work, I decided to take a 45-minute walk outside because I needed the sun, I needed the birds, I needed nature, I needed air. And I gave myself a little pep talk. I said, Ellen, it's going to be okay. Forgive yourself for your past, for your choices, for your decisions. Like, you're going to be okay. Like, God got you. Like, God got you. So what advice you got for me? Because you've been quiet. I've always been an empath. Like, I don't know that that stems from something. It's just, I guess, who I am. I don't know. The better question is, Doc, how do I stop? How do I stop being an empath? How do I get rid of all the fucks that I give? Like, how do I empty that basket? All right, I got another question. How do I not dwell in the past so much? Like, how do I move past that, exist in the present, so the future can be popping? Like, how do I do that? Yeah, I guess I could take on extracurricular activities to help take the edge off, but that's what alcohol is for. I like talking to other people, but then I figured I needed to do therapy first before I start talking to people about their shit. I have been told that I am a good listener. Like, I could have been a therapist. I mean, I still could, minus all the classes and shit.